Well, a recent article published by Pew Research Center says Africans now make up 39% of the overall foreign-born black population, up from 24% in 2000. As African immigrants are increasing in numbers in the United States, they are becoming more active in the political process by running for elected offices. Joining us in the studio are two of these women. Winnie Obike is a doctoral candidate at the Department of Communication, University of Maryland. Hello, Winnie.
Hi there.
And Sia Finoh is social activist and founder of Free Education for Africa. Sia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And both women are candidates for Maryland State House of Delegates. It is so good to have you on the program. Listen, let me start with this very first question. Winnie, why are you running for office?
So I'm running as a Republican because I was born in Minnesota. My family is from Nigeria. My father is Nigerian. My mother is from Cameroon. And growing up, I always was interested in the political process. But I moved to Maryland to get my PhD, like your introduction said, at the University of Maryland in communication. And observing the political process, interning on Capitol Hill, working with different issues that come up on the ballot, I decided that it was time to stop hiding behind the curtain and come forward, because some of the issues that our people have to face in the United States require person-to-person representation. It's not just about hitching your tent to some other candidate out there. It's about going in and being that face to encourage younger people to join the struggle as well. Great. And you, Sia, why are you running for office?
Well, I am originally from Sierra Leone. I grew up here, and I came and I fell in love with the political system because I came and Bill Clinton was running, and I wrote him a letter, and he replied back to me. And that's when the bug of being running for office came in mind. And but actually, the experiences that I went through here as an immigrant that really helped me, that persuaded me to take part in running for office. My son decided to go into the military, the U.S. Army, and that gave me the more urge. Said, my son is volunteering his life for this nation. Why shouldn't I volunteer my time for my community here? Then we're here, and a lot of African women and immigrant women are here. We give tremendously to this nation.
So to what extent is the voice of the African woman in this political landscape being heard? Winnie?
Sure. I think that the African woman has a really unique place in American politics, especially as a conservative, because a lot of us are coming from conservative nations. For instance, in my father's home country, Nigeria, it's actually illegal for you to have or express homosexual relationship, right? So we're coming from countries where these conservative ideas are already a part of us. And then we're coming to the United States of America, which from my political point of view needs a revival. So if there's anything that the African woman or the African family can give as new immigrants to the United States, is that sense of revival of what it means to be a conservative nation.
But there are those who say, you as a Democrat, you know, she talked about homosexuality, talk about freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So you come from that perspective.
Yes, yes. For me, everybody's way of life is their way of life. We are more concerned with the social aspect of our community, poverty. Women make up the large number of residents in my district. And as single mother, and a lot of single mothers, we want to pay close attention to them. Homosexuality is not an issue to me, but my main concern is women and how for them to be able to take care of their families and still be able to take care of themselves, because we are the breadwinner. Majority of us are the breadwinner in my district.
Now, when we look at the women's empowerment movement today, there are some skeptics who say that because it is true, women need more voice, they need to have their voices heard, they need more power, they need more representation. And there is this sense of entitlement that seems to be growing. So why would somebody vote for you as a woman as opposed to voting for your male counterpart who is a candidate?
Well, we're not saying that they shouldn't vote for men. They should look for the qualified candidate. And we want we want to be treated equally.
Yes.
You know, we're not going there, you know, mauling down the men. We need them. We need them to work together. We cannot affect any change in our community without working with the men. So, but I advise them to go, the voters, to look out and see who they want to be represented, so they can go ahead and vote for that person.
And Winnie, let me have your reaction to the question.
Sure. I don't think it's about voting for the woman versus the man. I really think the primary focus is what are the ideas that a candidate is bringing forward. I found that when a lot of candidates go for this identity politics of I'm a woman, vote for me, or I'm of a particular community, vote for me, it falls flat because voters want ideas. They want better transportation, for example. They want access to equal education. They want school choice. They want immigration reform. I can go down the list. And for my constituents, they want an end to abortion and an end to same-sex marriage. So those are some of the reasons why people would vote for me.
In my district, we're more concerned about immigration. Yeah, because I have a very large population of Africans in my district.
Okay.
So immigration is more immigration and single women.
So the priorities are different.
Yes, different.
Winnie, Sia, thank you so much for joining us. The elections are in June. We wish you the best.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you. And that was Winnie Obike and Sia Finoh. They are candidates for Maryland State House of Representatives.